All right, so here we have this pyramid, okay? And this, you can look at this and it says at the top, okay, this is proper order of neurological operation and development, okay? This is a very important piece to the puzzle for many of us because it explains in more detail of why things are happening the way that they are. The very first system when a fetus is being developed in the womb is the nervous system. Okay, and you can see that at the very base there. The neurology or the nervous system, the autonomic central nervous system is the very first thing that develops in the fetus, okay? So as the fetus is growing, it's learning a proper, remember that fight or flight, teeter-totter response, it's learning a proper response from mom. Okay, so if mom's having a hard pregnancy, or if she's going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of emotional things, health issues, a death in the family, right? Just life stuff. If mom's going through that, the baby is learning that as well, okay? This isn't meant to make mom feel bad by any means because life is gonna happen. So what we actually want is to help that baby to learn what a normal response is, okay? So the nervous system is the numero uno, the very foundational piece. You can see the next one up from there is the motor or the muscle system in the body. Most of this really comes active and is activated and starts to develop right as the baby's being born and post-birth, okay? Obviously a newborn, right, we're taking care of it a lot more intensely because the motors or the muscles aren't fully activated like they need to be. But as the baby grows, it starts to hold its head up, starts to sit up, crawl around, right? So there's these landmarks that we want to get them to. Later down the line, the gut and the immune system start to regulate and start to come online. And then as we move up, we have the hormone function and then the brain, okay? And all of the mental health stuff. Okay, so a couple things to really focus on here. As I mentioned just in our last slide is, a lot of time when we have gut-related issues, for example, or chronic immune issues like autoimmune diseases, you can look and see on our pyramid of where does that actually integrate. It's actually the third level up. So if we're doing things up here to try and get that to regulate, we're missing the foundational piece of getting the nervous system balanced. Without that in place, for example, if we're doing the supplements and we're doing the detoxes and the herbs and all of these things, we can get some benefit, but we get some crashes in there, and sometimes we get benefit and then we keep crashing all the way down, almost like we're spitting in the wind and not getting the movement that we want. It leads to a lot of massive frustration. Not only for you as the patient, right, but your family members, your spouses, the parents, but also as the practitioner side. It's really frustrating for us as well because like we want to help, right? We want to have the answers and support you through it, but understanding this is really helpful because it's not that the supplements or the therapy or even some of the medications are bad, it's just proper timing of when they come into play, which is an important piece to also that this pyramid is teaching us. There's proper time and a proper way to add certain things in to maximize the benefit of it. Okay, so this pyramid is wonderful in teaching us some of this stuff. One final piece about this pyramid is the dysregulation of the nervous system comes at the foundational level from potentially mom stress. Level number 2 from birth traumas or birth interventions. Okay, if you have a more of a natural birth, right, there's plenty of trauma and stress on the baby and mom's pelvis, but also the baby's neck and back just coming through the birth canal. But now if you add in a C-section, or we add in epidurals, or we add in forceps and all of these types of interventions, it can actually cause an added amount of stress. And I know that there's a time and place for all of these things, but it can add an additional stress to the neck of the baby, which is a major communicator for the nervous system, which we're going to talk about that in just a minute as well. But those are some of the major pieces that actually start this process of a dysregulated baby. And then if you take that baby and fast forward, 20, 25 years, when that dysregulated baby starts having their own kids, right now we're perpetuating this issue. And so a dysregulated mom is teaching a baby in a more dysregulated state. So it just becomes this vicious cycle. And for this reason alone, we have this massive explosion of all of these chronic, really deep health issues and concerns that are really, really stubborn.